we're going to be talking about John Boyega confirms his return to Star Wars. And those of you who don't know, Guy Loves Fake Star Wars was getting a little bit trolled in this stream. He was getting a little bit trolled in this stream, and he was not a big fan of it and was banning some people in the chat for some trolling. And we're going to get to that too.
With you, but let's do this. Do you want John Boyega? Oh my God, I can't type today. Back in Star Wars. Now,
no, A Guy Who Loves Fake Star Wars. I don't. Well, maybe I do, because it would automatically be a failure, because if you bring back Finn, you have to bring back Rey. You have to bring back Rey if you're going to bring back Finn. And at the end of the day, it'll do damage to Disney Star Wars. So, hell, why the fuck not? Why the fuck not? Just another situation where these people will get to cry racism once again.
I'm not going to be specific on what project, just a yes or no. Do you want him back in Star Wars?
But for just general purposes, no, I don't want John Boyega back. Nobody does.
I don't really know where else he could appear.
Star Wars Theory does.
Maybe a Hunt for Ben Solo movie, if that ever gets made.
Hunt for Ben Solo? Why would he be in the Hunt for Ben Solo? Finn hates Kylo Ren. He hates Ben Solo. He should have killed him in The Force Awakens. I mean, he literally severed his fucking spine. He should have died in that scene, if we're being perfectly honest. But why would he be in the Hunt for Ben Solo?
Or maybe Starfighter, but very
remember, in these people's minds, the Hunt for Ben Solo is happening.
Likely. The Rey movie would be the most likely place, of course.
See, I told you. In order for him to be back, Rey has to be back as well.
That's where we end off with the character. And if he is indeed Force sensitive, that would be helpful as well. But I want to see him as a Jedi. Like, one of the biggest mistakes, I think, for the sequel trilogy. Yes, the whole Luke Skywalker thing. People have a lot of issues with the character of Rey. Somehow Palpatine returned. All that is problematic. But I think one of the most important things.
That's the closest you'll get. That's the closest you'll get, you guys, to a criticism of the sequel trilogy from A Guy Who Loves Fake Star Wars. That right there and this.
Was utilizing those characters to the best of their ability. Kylo Ren, they got it down perfectly. Rey, I think a lot of people give her a lot of credit.
Kylo Ren was not gotten down perfectly. Dude, shut the fuck up. Every movie, he flip-flopped and had a different character motivation.
But still was a better written character than what they did with Finn. Finn was a stormtrooper turned good guy. That, in and of itself, is awesome. But
he was a stormtrooper for 5 minutes. Can we be honest about that? He was a stormtrooper for 5 fucking minutes. He should have been a stormtrooper for the majority of that movie and then maybe turned at the end or something.
The stormtrooper turned Jedi, which is what he was destined to be, would have been one of the coolest arcs of any character in Star Wars.
Nah, because the Chinese wouldn't have liked it. That's why Disney didn't do it.
And we just didn't get it. We didn't get to see it. It was taken from us. So any way, shape, or form that we can get that, I am 100% down with it. So let's see what John Boyega had to say. Again, I think this came from MegaCon.
Oh my God. John Boyega was at MegaCon with it, dude. We got to infiltrate one of these cons.
Over the years, John Boyega has called out both racist fans and Disney, calling out the studio itself, putting the studio on blast for fumbling diversity in the trilogy, pointing to reduced storylines for characters of color and more. Specifically, his character and Rose Tico, both actors who got a ton of crap for their characters, like death threats for a character.
Oh, God, enough with the death threats, man. Dude, again, it's the fucking internet. Who the fuck cares?
They portrayed on screen, for which writing was not their job. It's insane. I mean, it goes all the way back to Jake Lloyd in the prequel trilogy, or Ahmed Best in the prequel trilogy.
You see what he's trying to do here, you guys. You see what he's trying to do here. The same people who hate Disney Star Wars and are bullying the Disney Star Wars actor, those are the same people who were bullying Ahmed Best and Jake Lloyd when it's been exposed already. Jake Lloyd's mother came out and said that Jake Lloyd's issues had nothing to do with the Star Wars fandom. It had to do with his classmates and the media. Same with Ahmed Best. Well, Ahmed Best, it was just the media. His issue was the media. He came out and said that. And Jake Lloyd, his issues were with his classmates. And Darth Melvin, who got on his bicycle and rode to Jake Lloyd's house and used to pick on him.
Making fun of a child? You're giving death threats to a child.
And he's trying to insinuate that these are the same people who now hate Disney Star Wars, by the way.
Because of their performance, which, by the way, was great for a 12-year-old kid, with writing that wasn't theirs. Like, they're doing their job. It's not their job to write the story.
Notice how these Disney shows, they never bring up Gina Carano. Gina Carano got it 10 times worse than Jake Lloyd did. She got it 10 times worse than Amanda Stenberg did. She got it 10 times worse than Leslie Headland, Kelly Marie Tran, John Boyega. She got it 10 times, 100 times worse than all of them. And there's actually proof. And there actually are screenshots. She got it from people who I'm sure are a fan of a guy who loves fake Star Wars. And yet they never bring her up. If you want to bring up the death threats, if you want to bring this shit up, then bring up Gina Carano as well, who got it 1,000 times worse than fucking Jake Lloyd and Ahmed Best and Kelly Marie Tran and John Boyega did.
John Boyega first aired his Star Wars grievances on GQ magazine in 2020, 6 years ago, saying at the time, I'll take
Okay, so I think this is when he gets pissed and starts banning people for calling him out.
Take that deal when it's a great experience.
Pretty funny.
They gave all the nuance to Adam Driver, all the nuance to Daisy Ridley. Let's be honest, Daisy knows it. Adam knows this. Everyone knows this. I'm not exposing anything. This is just the facts. Jake Lloyd was teased at school and bullied at school, not by the media. Are we stupid? Are we dumb?
Oh, he got you. He got you. Oh, shit.
Are we stupid and dumb, Chad? What are we doing today? Let's nope. No, thanks. We're good from that today. Everything that John is saying here is absolutely correct.
What a pussy. What a pussy. All right, let's jump ahead.
So what he's saying here is true to an extent. It's true to as they say it earlier in this article, slamming racist Star Wars, and I put it in quotation still, fans, because the majority of Star Wars fans, I like to think, most people in the world are very kind-hearted, happy people. Maybe it's me being naive. Maybe it's me just, hoping for the best.
Kind-hearted, happy people. Dude, after the stream we've had tonight, the people that we've covered, trust me, you guys are not the kind-hearted, happy people. Go watch how kind-hearted and happy this idiot was when The Acolyte got canceled.
People, but I like to live in a cloud of happiness in the world, and I know that there's a hopefully small portion, but a small portion of people that are very mean, that are just horrible people.
Horrible people.
I'd like to think that the majority of people can see that.
Remember, this is the guy who said that if you celebrated The Acolyte getting canceled, you need to rethink your life. Quote from a guy who loves fake Star Wars here.
A character is a character. especially in Star Wars. I mean, we're talking about aliens and humans and all these different people in Star Wars. Like, this is just completely insane. So the people he's calling out here are very, 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 very small group of people. However, that very, very, very small group of people is extremely loud and extremely vocal online because they can hide behind a screen. They can hide their face. They don't have to show anything.
I'm not hiding. I know you're referring to myself and my friends and my fans and viewers / friends in the chat. I know you're referring to us when you say this stuff. You know, I'm not hiding. I'm not hiding. We're not going to be hiding next week. We're going to be in your chat next week. A guy who loves fake Star Wars.
They can be extremely loud, be extremely mean, and have no repercussions for it because they're on the internet. So it's not like he's saying to us, people who like him, people who like his.
And again, you plug everybody into that camp who disagrees with you as the loud minority, toxic hate people. Everyone who disagrees with you on Star Wars, you plug into that category. We've seen it.
Character, people who like all that. It's not like he's calling out us for being that way. Because not everybody's like that.
Because we're the positive side of the fan base, right? Fake Star Wars.
I'd like to think that the majority of people are not like that, but maybe I'm being naive. Either way, I scroll back to the top because fast forward to today, he's saying he's already had a phone call with Dave Filoni. Now, already having a phone call with Dave Filoni does not necessarily mean that John Boyega is
necessarily
on his. Already having a phone call with Dave Filoni does not necessarily mean that John Boyega is on his way back to Star Wars. However, it's a start. It's a start. And here's the thing.
I'm pretty sure everybody has talked to Dave Filoni at some point. I believe John Boyega, I could be wrong on this, but I'm pretty sure John Boyega simply just called Dave Filoni to congratulate him. And this got mentioned at a con where somebody said like, "Oh, call Filoni," and like shouted out in the crowd. And he was like, "Oh yeah, I already talked to him." And that's literally it. And here go. And now we get a whole segment on a live stream. John Boyega confirms return to Star Wars, the title of the stream.
I think that Finn will be in anything coming up, like anything within the next couple years. No. Do I think he is going to be in the Rey movie? I think he needs to be in the Rey movie. If the Rey movie...
Yeah, because we need something to take the spotlight off of Rey because everybody's going to hate it so much. We need something. We need somebody else to absorb some of the blame when that movie fails as well. And that's going to be a whole new subject, a whole new cope session.
If he is going to have any success at all, he needs to be in it. Even though there is a portion of the fandom that really likes the sequel trilogy, that really likes the character of Rey. And
really? I've never met them.
Personally, I think it's necessary to have Rey's story continue. First of all, I just want to see the yellow lightsaber. It's badass as hell. But I also want to see that that character continue.
Yeah, the piss saber. You got to see the piss saber in live action.
Continue. And hopefully battle with that dark side Palpatine in her. But we'll get to that later.
What?
So the reason that the Rey movie will not be successful, the reason that the Rey movie has so much going against it is because it's the Rey movie. People have
it's because she, and why is it? No, it's not because it's just the Rey movie. And why is that? It's because she's a shitty character and nobody likes her.
A bad taste in their mouths from the sequel trilogy. And they blame a lot of that on the main character, and the main character is Rey. So if you're going to make a Rey movie, you're going to need the best go at it that you can get. You're going to need the best story, the best direction.
You're going to need a translation. You're going to need a bunch of cameos. You're going to need a bunch of cameos to help people forget and take their mind on the fact that this is a Rey movie. Again, I don't think the Rey movie is happening. I think the Rey movie's done. Remember, it was supposed to be the first movie, if you recall, when they trotted Daisy Ridley out at Celebration with Charmin Obad Chenoy. I love making men uncomfortable. They trotted her out there. That was supposed to be the first movie. They saw how the fandom reacted. It was a major L. And then they rushed The Mandalorian and Grogu. And then they rushed Starfighter. And then we're getting this Simon Kinberg trilogy, which is now being rumored to be episodes 10, 11, and 12. I don't think the Rey movie's happening.
The best writer, the best everything, best cast. And that cast needs to include John Boyega as Finn. Because we need to see that his character was not just cast to the side.
Yeah, we need to give Rey all the help she can get for her movie to be successful. And even that won't save it.
That's what could happen with John Boyega yet again. Hayden Christensen got absolutely shit on for his performance as Anakin Skywalker online. And now he's back getting celebrated everywhere he goes, from Fan Expo to Comic-Cons to Star Wars Celebration.
John Boyega is Hayden Christensen now.
Everywhere he goes, he's met with this uproar from Star Wars fans, because those are the real fans, first and foremost, the people who...
No, it's because that is real Star Wars. Guy who loves fake Star Wars. That's why he gets celebrated, because he was a part of real Star Wars. That's why he gets celebrated. And because it's fake Star Wars Celebration and everybody there is a fucking Disney Disney lovers anyway. And they probably pipe in crowd noise as well.
With this uproar from Star Wars fans, because those are the real fans, first and foremost, the people who are not just shitting on people online 24/7. And that's
this
how
guy's a little heated. There were a lot of trolls in the chat. Apparently Darth Melvin got mentioned in the chat multiple times as well, and they were banning people for mentioning Darth Melvin's name.
we really feel. The fans who got those movies for that generation, that's how they really feel. So for
That's
John,
a good point. Cannibal the Dragon. Hayden never attacked the fans and called them racists like John Boyega did. Exactly. That's why a lot more people like him.
Boyega to get that Hayden Christensen experience of coming back to the first Star Wars Celebration and had this huge uproar of applause for him when it's announced that he's in this movie, that's what we need. And the fact that he's already been on the phone with Dave Filoni is perfect. Perfect. It's incredible.
Yeah. It's probably a 30-second conversation. Hey, congratulations on being the president. Thanks. Bye. Good Lord. So again, where he's going with this is the Shill narrative that the sequels will eventually be accepted and celebrated by the entire fan base like the prequels is. That's the gist of what he's getting at here.
For him, when it's announced that he's in this movie, that's what we need. And the fact that he's already been on the phone with Dave Filoni is perfect.
And the fact that and him getting announced at a Star Wars Celebration for being in the Rey movie would just lead to a huge moment of celebration in the fandom. Yep, I doubt it. Chat. All right.